So I bought a quartz watch for over 3,000 Singapore dollars. Have I gone crazy? Or have I just started to appreciate the goodness of high accuracy quartz? Welcome back to my channel. This is Andy in Singapore, and for today's video we're going to spend some time to talk about the Citizen Chronomaster AQ4020-54Y. This is going to be the start of a three-part series where I spend some time to talk about this watch in detail. So I'm going to share with you in different parts, in different videos, on what I like and what I dislike about this watch. As all my viewers would know, I recently purchased this watch in November, and it's taken me such a long time to come up with this series of videos because I simply feel that there is just too much to talk about this watch. Now, this watch is not a new model, all right? It was launched back in 2018. At the time of the launch, it was one of the world's most accurate wristwatches, with the accuracy of plus minus 5 seconds a year, owing to its high accuracy quartz movement, which is the A060 movement. And until last year, it has been superseded by the newer model that comes with an even more accurate movement. That one comes in at plus minus 1 second per year. It is very difficult to come across such high accuracy, alright? So if we are talking about a watch, say for example Rolex COSC certified movement, we are looking at about 2 to 3 seconds per day. In many other Swiss-made mechanical watch movements, we're also getting an accuracy of around 10 plus seconds per day. So this one here coming in at only 5 seconds deviation per year, I would say this is an amazing innovation by Citizen. Sure, this is not exactly an affordable quartz watch, alright? So many people will link quartz with cheap watches, and we're looking at about, say for example, 300, 200 Singapore dollars. This one here is a different animal altogether, alright? So if you're not looking at it close up, you're not handling it, you're not looking at the details, you would definitely think that this watch is your regular quartz watch, probably maximum 500 Singapore dollars. If you were to handle this watch, look at the details, look at the dial here, look at the finishing, then you will realize that this watch is really worth the money. At the time of the launch, of course, people were talking about its high accuracy, 5 seconds per year, but people were also talking about this washi paper dial here, which is simply a piece of art. The amount of craftsmanship here is just mind-blowing. We're looking at a paper dial here, and it's got this acrylic overlaid on top, and we've also got hand-applied markers as well as logo and text and all the date frame window and all that applied using hand on this dial here, which is really a visual treat if you look at the watch close up. And now if the lens zoom in just very slightly, let me share with you on the specifications of the AQ4020. So let me start off by telling you that this has a full titanium build. The watch case, the bracelet, the clasp, everything is made of titanium, and it does have the Duratec coating, which is a proprietary Citizen anti-scratch coating applied to this metal here. So the official word from Citizen is that this coating here makes the metal 4 times tougher than uncoated stainless steel. This watch here, owing to the all titanium construction, is very lightweight. Unsized, it comes in at 81 grams. 81 grams, size to my wrist of 17 centimeters, it is now 73 grams. 73 grams is very light. For comparison purpose, that is the weight of a G-Shock watch. And for a watch that is stainless steel bracelet model, it comes in at around 140 grams. So I think this is half the weight of your usual stainless steel watch. To add on the materials used here as well as the coating, alright, so the finishing here is also impeccable. We're looking at Zarasu level polishing here. This is not quite your usual mid-range Japanese watch. I assure you this is of the highest finishing. In various light condition and angles, you will see that this one here really has that sparkle. Alright, so this is definitely Grand Seiko level finishing. Let's move on and talk about the size and dimensions. This one here has got a case size of 37.5 millimeters. Total thickness of this watch is 10.7 millimeters. That's measuring from the base of this case back here, which is very nicely engraved with the eagle emblem, to the top of the flat sapphire crystal, which does have an AR coating on the underside. We've got a lug width of 19 millimeters. So strap changing fans out there will not be very pleased, but in actual fact, you don't have to change out to any straps, because with the titanium bracelet, it looks so good, it wears so comfortable, you don't really need to change the strap at all. The L to L here is also very suitable for a watch of this style and this size. It comes in at 45 millimeters, and I dare say that nobody would have a problem with regards to wearability when it comes to this overall dimensions and case size. Dial size on the AQ4020 is around 30.2 millimeters. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, the movement found in this watch is heck of a technological marvel in itself. Alright, this movement here, the A060, is eco drive, so you don't have to replace your batteries every 2 to 3 years as with Grand Seiko quartz, and it does have a power reserve of 1.5 years when fully charged. For a feature-loaded, feature-packed watch like this, you know, all the good stuff pumped into it, it doesn't come cheap. I must admit that affordable is not the word to describe this watch. This one here typically comes in at around 3,300 to 400 Singapore dollars. And I think that most watch fans out there will feel that this is too expensive for a quartz watch. At this price point, most people would say, I'll rather top up to get a Tudor, or top up to get a second-hand Rolex. But I do feel that when we are entering the world of HAQ, I think this is the watch to go for, despite the price point. When we are looking at HAQ to this quality, this level of finishing, this movement, this accuracy, this craftsmanship, I think this is a fair price to ask for. And zooming back out for a quick wrist shot, you will see that this watch fits me so well. I don't have a very big wrist, 17 centimeters, 6.75 inch, and size to my wrist, this watch here is just fantastic. And I'll say the fit here is really good. You can see that the watch here has no lug gaps to talk about, and the overall thickness is still very manageable, coming in at around 10.7 millimeters thickness. And this watch is just so comfortable to wear, coming in at under 80 grams when sized to my wrist. I don't feel the watch on my wrist at all, and I really love this wearability of the AQ4020. Here's another wrist shot of the watch in a more natural light setting, and you will see here that this finishing, especially on the polished bits, this is on a different level. It's definitely on par with Grand Seiko level. And here are some size comparison shots with some of my favorite watches in my collection right now. So first up, we've got the Tudor BB58, and you can see that despite the difference on paper when it comes to dimensions, we're looking at 37.5 versus 39. When you look at the watches this way, you don't really think that there's a very big difference in terms of sizing. And in terms of weight, there's a big difference though. We're looking at almost half the weight here for the Citizen Chronomaster. Let's also compare the Chrono Master versus my own Zin 556, and again, I feel these two watches, they have very similar dimensions and fit. Although on paper they're again different. One is 37.5, the other one, the Zin, is 38.5 millimeters. In terms of fit as well as dimensions, the wearing experience, I'll still say these two watches are very similar. And that was my sharing with regards to the overall specifications of this watch. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'll share with you what I love about this watch. See you!